Attorney General for DC, Jeanine Pirro, keeps striking out. In fact, she has struck out for the third time when it came to securing an indictment related to Donald Trump's crime crackdown. All right. In one case this month related to an FBI agent and an immigration officer getting into a little of a scrap with a detainee, the federal grand jury in Washington voted no, not once, not twice, but three times. Now, DC resident Sydney Lori Reid had been accused of felony assault, as well as impeding federal officers. However, Pirro cannot seem to find anyone willing to actually secure an indictment against her on those charges, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure you've all heard how easy it is for a grand jury to indict someone. I mean, the joke is you could indict a ham sandwich. But apparently for Jeanine Pirro, getting an indictment is harder than her putting down a glass of wine. Okay? Very, very difficult. Very difficult. Now, the way that this works is that, of course, the prosecutor has to show the grand jury enough evidence for there to be probable cause of a crime. That's how it works. Now, they only need at least 12 grand jurors out of anywhere between 16 and 23 on the confidential panel to vote for an indictment. So with that, again, with it being super easy to indict someone, it's weird that she's having such a hard time with this. Well, why? Why? I mean, that's the question, right? Well, for one, people don't like the federal takeover of DC. They also do not like the overcharging defendants of felonies, which would normally be misdemeanors. Okay, so they're overcharging. They're saying, oh, this thing that would have been a misdemeanor, we're going to trump up the charges to be felonies instead. So, and that is, of course, part of their plan to try and, I don't know, set an example, make an example out of people. Okay, that's authoritarian. Basically, Trump is an authoritarian. The people that are in charge, that the political appointees that he has put into these positions are authoritarians. And that's what they're trying to do. Okay, so now, in the case, in this case, the Washington-based grand jury did not approve. You had a prosecutor that sought an indictment of Reid, who court filings say is a gang member for assault on an officer in July. Oh, she's a gang member and she assaulted an officer. Right. Okay, we've seen this before, okay? We have seen the overcharging and we have seen the just officers making things up, making up charges in order to throw the book at these people, okay? Now, that said, Pirro struck out 3 times, and so finally they're like, okay, fine. Misdemeanor, here you go. Now, I gotta ask, how much time and money is being wasted on all of this? I mean, on these witch hunts, okay? This is not free, okay? This costs money. Taxpayer money is being wasted on this. I mean, it takes time and resources to do BS witch hunt prosecutions where they're attempting to get someone on felonies, even though it's just misdemeanors. Now, Tazira Abe and Eugene Ohm, lawyers from the Federal Public Defender's Office who are representing Reid, said in a statement on Tuesday, the 3 grand juries have now declined to indict Ms. Reid for felony assault on a law enforcement officer. The U.S. attorney can try to concoct crimes to quiet the people, but in our criminal justice system, the citizens have the last word. We are anxious to present the misdemeanor case to a jury and quickly clear Ms. Reid's name. Look at that. I mean, hey, these, public defenders. No, look, another thing about that is public defenders generally will take plea deals, right? But in this case, they're like, no, we're not going to have our client plead guilty to a felony because this was not a felony. Now, asked about the failure to get a felony indictment, Pirro's office told CNN, in spite of that, a United States magistrate judge held that there was probable cause that a felony assault on a federal officer had occurred. Did they? Did they? Now, that statement, of course, referred to legal arguments the magistrate judge had held as prosecutors struggled to secure an indictment. So we even had the judge being like, come on, I mean, well, look at this. I mean, certainly you have to, you got to get an indictment here because, of course, you have that justice system that pushes people towards accepting these charges, even if they're trumped up charges. But still, grand jury was like, hell no. No, we're not interested. Get that crap out of here. Now, the disclosures on Monday that the U.S. Attorney's Office would charge Reid with a misdemeanor rather than a felony after failing to secure the indictment also ended that proceeding with that particular magistrate judge. Investigators wrote in arrest papers that Reid had struggled and fought with the immigration officer, flailing her arms and kicking, and had to be pinned against the cement wall. So much so that the hand of an FBI agent who had tried to help during the fight scratched a cement wall. Oh no! Really? Reid's attorneys argued in a court filing this month that federal prosecutors didn't have enough indication of intent to charge the crime as a felony. Now, here's the thing. A lot of these immigration officers are going around with masks on and no identification. So you don't know who these people are. So if they come up to you on the street and they try to arrest you, and you don't know if they're cops or federal officials, you're going to think, or I should say, you're not going to think, I should just submit. No, you're going to fight back. Okay, that's it. And I think that's the point. This is why they're doing it. So they can bring people to court and charge them with felonies, overcharge them, and then put them in prison to make an example of them. And they can also then point to those cases as evidence that crime is out of control and that the militarized police are necessary. They are out there creating criminals out of people on purpose. That's it. This is what a fascist police state looks like. It ain't coming. It's already here. We already have it. That said, we do have a legal system that is barely holding on by a thread. It's still there. It is in massive danger, but it is still there. And it happens to be, in cases like this, slowing down their plans. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.